Welcome back, folks. Today's conversation is going to be around collector's edition sets known as CEs and also ICE, International Collector's Edition sets. So obviously the question is today, Rudy, where did this set come from here? So this, Lord of Tacos for me, father of the chalupas. Now that's a bold statement, my friend. Thank you for sharing your love of magic. It allows me to revel in the nostalgia without the usual cost involved in such financial debauchery. Anyways, how did I get this collector's edition set? 16-year-old buddy was 19, bit cocky with his... Nothing worse than being cocky with the ball lightning. That's what she said. Bloodlust and Berserk decks. Boy, those bring back memories. Challenged me to play with a top deck ante. Remember that, folks? Ante back in the day. An ante deck was Bayou, and his was... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the ante card was Bayou. And, oh, my goodness. And Mox Ruby. Played my land destruction deck. And, oh, my goodness. Look at those power cards, man. After he lost, he went and punched a truck trailer outside and broke his hand. We remained friends. Holy smokes. Within a week, he sold me the rest of his cards for $100. Included was a collector's edition set, dark set, and 200 other rares for $100. Jeez. So his brother and I kept playing, went full froth and revised, got ranked. Wow. Boy, big-time players here. By the way, this is a picture of them. Got permission to share this. Thank you, Trevor. And I appreciate the good transactions. So you got a great family there, my friend. And I hope you enjoy the massive amount of money I had to pay you. The thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Flipping ridiculous how expensive these things are. So, first of all, I want to comment real quick, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we don't use ante anymore. The gambling, betting of magic cards or top deck your ante card was a very volatile thing back in the day. And of course, with legal liability with gambling and kids, obviously in Wizards of the Coast at the time, also known as Garfield Games. Boy, I remember when they used to put that on the revised and 4th edition boxes. And it was a very volatile time. Ante was like the big boy league of playing Magic. So, all right. So we got a collector's edition set here. Looks like his kids threw in some Pokemon Pikachus over here. Unfortunately, as he was, just so you're aware, Trevor, yes, these are counterfeit cards that you included here. Very faded. They got a weird lip on the back. They definitely don't even feel like Pokemon cards. They're very... very strange. The fake Pokemon cards always have a strange, like you can see this strange gloss. They've got like a flared lip where like they were like cut on a different machine. But yeah, I just want to share. Thank you for sending some fake cards. They will be added. They will be added to the Hopes and Dreams box, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. And don't forget, in the Hopes and Dreams box, Basement Troll Rudy, covered in cards on his face, will always guard the Hopes and Dreams box. All right, anyways, so I want to have a conversation today. We're just going to have a short 10-minute video today. I want to talk about, I get a lot of questions because I don't really talk about collector's edition cards. It's not really my favorite thing. I'll be very blunt with everybody. The cards look beautiful, but I'm not a fan of these cards. Obviously, I am just... I've never been into the square corners gold back cards. I don't like how if you actually played with them and used them, the gold would come off the edging. I don't like how sensitive these pointy corners are. I'm just not a fan. I never have been. Yes, I do maintain a position in them because I just feel they do have a very bright future. And this is probably still a very undervalued product in the open market. Even if you're paying, Jesus Christ, what do you think, $10,000 or something? You know, it's still just not my favorite thing, but there's definitely a lot of growth and opportunity here for this long term. So when you get something like this, I've already de-sleeved everything here, laid it out just so everybody could see it. This is obviously the original box with a lot of wear on it, but it is the original box. I don't know what the heck is on there. Is that inappropriate giggities? Is that taco sauce? I don't know what the heck is going on. And of course, a very old box. It has the typical worn on the edging from being slid around encounters. Very, very common. $49, oh, can you guys even see that? $49.95 original MSRP. So first thing you want to do is obviously make sure you have all your cards in your set. Then after that, look at the high-end expensive cards where most of the money is going to be. Your Power 9 plus Time Volt Power 10, your 10 duels, and of course your blue powers. Make sure you don't see anything weird. Overall, I'll be honest with you guys, for being a non-factory sealed, this was a very nice, very clean set. Some of the cards had a few little nicks and chips, but nothing, there's a little bit of surface and everything, but overall, nothing to be upset about. Absolutely just beautiful card. Let's see this one, look at that, see? See the little slight, that's very common for these type of collector's edition cards. You have surface issues and things like that. A lot of people send these in for grading. They don't understand why they don't get perfect grades. This is very common. You see these? They're very, very sensitive to surface related things. That's why I wanted to show you about kind of how these things are. That's a very clean box. As far as the other one, that's very clean. Lotus looks very nice, obviously a little off-centered as always. You can see some surface issues, so you will not be able to get a perfect 10 on the old surface there. This is probably going to be about an 8.5 surface in my opinion. And then of course you've got all the regular rares and force fields and Gauntlet of Might, some of the really heavier hitting cards. A little bit of moisture from my hand there, but I at least wanted to share that with you all. And of course, always check your big dogs over here, your Time Walk, Time Twister, and your Recall. Again, same thing. You can see some play marks and all that, but again, now, Time Twister was the worst condition one. You actually had some wear on top of the card. I've seen that. That's very common for non-factory sealed ones. A little bit of surface, little marks and dings across the top. So again, that's not a card I would ever consider grading, but again, very, very nice. These look very, very nice. So besides a little bit of normal surface type activity, the cards overall look fantastic. So very honored to have this transaction, Trevor. I really appreciate you trusting me with your cards. Obviously, with all the money I paid you, be very frugal with the money, my friend. Don't waste it. That's a lot of money. All right. So last couple minutes of this video, though, I do want to go in my perspective. People ask me, Rudy, what do you think about these nasty $10,000 sets? And I mean, look, I'm paying a lot of money for these things. Even if these things are played and damaged, as long as there's no cut corners and writing and inking, I mean, you're still looking at, even in played condition, I'm paying $5,000, $6,000 these things. If they're nicer, like almost light play near mint, like this set, you're going up towards $10,000. If it's factory sealed, then it goes even higher. These are big money items. Keep in mind a couple important facts. For the longest time, these were considered non-tournament legal because, of course, the gold and, of course, the square corners and everything. Just in the last about 5 years, the market has been a lot more receptive to these products. Mostly because I think the ABU cards have gone up so much, it's a good alternative. And of course, back in the 90s, keep in mind, people didn't really use sleeves. So obviously you can't have pointy corner gold cards in a deck without sleeves when you have regular cards that, they just stand out. It's like a marked deck, a marked card. So in a double sleeved era and everything, people, the rules in the world has changed and opened their arms with welcoming this as far as these type of products. And I hate saying this because I know I'm going to get a lot of bash in the comments, but yes, I actually think even at 10, even at 15, even at $20,000, I think the future of this product, if you don't need the money and you enjoy the cards, whether it's sealed or not, I do think these are going to continue to rise into the future. Not as dramatic and not super quick. I think the easy money's been made, but there's still going to be some growth in the coming years. So they're very small. They're very easy to secure in a safety deposit box at a bank or a large vault or safe if you keep one in your home or your office. It's a good product compared to sealed boxes, like regular large, like here. Like I got another video I just filmed for Kaldheim, set boxes because Kaldheim just came out. And, to give you an idea of the space and everything, it's a lot of store value for a very small space. It's a very nice product. People ask me, Rudy, what do you think about just buying individual cards and buying out a certain card or try to corner the market on a certain collector edition card? These type of products, how do I say it? Keep in mind, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a common card, a common fire breathing over here is just as rare as that black bordered Shivan Dragon. A common lightning bolt is just as rare as, the Black Lotus. So it's a very strange product line to think about. So you got to remember that. Last comment I wanted to go into is I get messages all the time about the supply of collector's edition products. We know the value, we know the rarities. People say, Rudy, honestly, we know there are 5,000 and 10,000 printed, approximately, plus or minus a couple percent. With a 15,000 supply, how many do you think are left in the world? You want an honest answer, ladies and gentlemen? In my opinion, from what I've been learning in the last few years about sealed product, the amount of complete sets of these left, I believe, is less than a couple thousand. On top of that, the amount of these things that were destroyed and cut up by kids, rebacked for beta cards and tried to be scammed, and chemicals and testing, there's really nowhere near the amount of sealed and even open complete sets of collector's edition left in the world. So again, if this is something you have and you're looking to sell and you want to be on the channel, you want me to share your story, AlphainvestmentsLLC@gmail.com. Friendly reminder, I do not use any other social media. I don't communicate through eBay messages, Facebook. I don't use any of these platforms. I don't communicate through Twitter, all these WhatsApps and Twitters and Tumblrs. If it's not AlphainvestmentsLLC@gmail.com, in the link in this description, it is a scam. It is not me. Always remember that. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you learned something. What a time to be alive. The collectible world is a beautiful thing, man.